Hi, we're going to look at estimates and margin of error. Now, this is going to be a lot of reading, so I'm going to be pausing a lot, letting you read, getting caught up. So take a moment, read this first page, answer question 1. Yeah, I say estimates are your best guess of what the outcome would be. And you can check out the next page, read about confidence intervals and margin of error. Okay, so a confidence interval is an interval of values where we think the actual value will be. The margin of error is half of the confidence interval. It's used to give an estimate of where an actual proportion will be. So read a little more. This kind of thing happens all the time with elections, is people will declare a winner before one is clear. So in this case, for number 3, it's not clear because the margin of error involved. Candidate A we think will be between 43 to 53%, and candidate B is 47 to 57%. Because there's overlap, we don't know who will win. Okay, go ahead and read this next page. Okay, go ahead and read page 5. Now here we are at some exercises. So suppose your math teacher was running for governor of Colorado. In a pre-election poll of 750 people, it was found that 40% of the people would vote for your math teacher. Suppose there was a 4% margin of error. How many people would vote for the math teacher? So out of 750, 40% was 300. Confidence interval is this 40% plus or minus the margin of error. So now we're looking at this biology teacher, which if they got 50%, that's 375 people. Their margin of error is 46, or their confidence interval, is 46 to 54%. So there's no overlap in confidence intervals, so the clear winner would be the biology teacher in this case. Okay, go ahead. Let's take a look at number 3. Your friend decided to run for president of the FRCC student government. She tells you that in a pre-election poll, the confidence interval for the proportion of people who would vote for her in the real election was 75 to 85%. What was the original single value estimate that was not an interval? This is known as the point estimate. So our interval is 75 to 85, so halfway between would be 80%. The margin of error then must have been plus or minus 5. Okay, confidence interval estimates can also estimate means. Suppose you want to find out how many hours per night FRCC students sleep. Further, suppose you gave a survey to 500 FRCC students and found their mean number of hours of sleep was 6.5 plus or minus 2 hours. What is the confidence interval? So we add and subtract 2 hours to our point estimate. The margin of error is that 2 hours, and ways to make it better would be to ask more people or be less confident. Okay, that one was pretty quick. Hopefully you paused and you had time to read. If you have questions, please let me or Devin know.